expert that speaks about your specific industry. Like, and it's all free to almost no cost on the internet. So, like, to me, there's no excuses. You can find it if you look for it.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
So you tell me how this process was for you. Were being lonely to because for me, like I'm telling you, it was by accident. I think because I increased myself and I have some time and freedom, I start to network, I start to this. But I think if I'm still in this role pricing thing, I think I will never get out. I'm still will be there. The sad thing is most of a lot of entrepreneurs are inside this rat race, and there is worse than a job. From Monday to Sunday, and they still cannot get out, and they are stuck, and could take you the whole life. I see. The other day, I was speaking with someone in a phone. They would say mobile phone, and the guy told me, "Harry, I'm being 30 years in this business," and the guy knew a lot. And I was thinking, wow, man, you've been 30 years in this business and you clearly know a lot about your business and about the phones and everything because you explained it to me and your knowledge is more than average. And I kind of thinking, how come you still in this corner shop after 30 years? He been there. The guy's been there. He told me, Harry, I'm in this business even before mobile phones. I'm in this business when this thing started, when they were black and white. This is how the technology. Yeah. So he knows everything, and still he has a corner shop. I'm thinking to myself, how this happened?
Well, when you say he knows everything, what do you mean about the products?
I know about the product. Yeah.
Yeah, does he know? Does he study business?
No,
because that's a totally different
thing. Exactly. Yeah. I'm saying so, knowledge about the product, about that he knows a lot about mobile phones. He was telling me the story that he's in this industry even since the mobile phone they were black and white, and the first mobile phone that ever existed, some of them landing in the restaurant. He was telling me stories, and I'm hearing all this story. I'm thinking, wow, how come this guy been from the beginning?
That's two totally different skill sets.
Tell us a little bit more about what's the difference, because like sometimes it's sad.
When you
sometimes it's sad.
Definitely. Like when you said, the first thing I thought in my head when you said, okay, this guy's got 30 years experience and is still in his corner shop and his business is exactly what it was more or less what it was 30 years ago, was like, okay, the first thing I thought in my head was, okay, this guy doesn't have 30 years of experience. He has 1 year of experience 30 times over, right? So meaning like huge difference there, right? Like there's no, like you can just keep doing the same thing over and over again. And when you said he has all this knowledge, well, then I was wondering, okay, is it about the product or about business? And he still could have had all kinds of knowledge about business, but he could have been the guy that's just like, I learn all these things and never implement anything. So there's a lot of places entrepreneurs get stuck there, whether it's
he has a lot of experience selling phones. I'm knowing about the product, more than anybody else, but that doesn't necessarily mean being an entrepreneur. What it means is that somebody land in front of him, because he have a lot of knowledge. He will sell the phone, but this doesn't only doesn't cut it for the first million, right?
What I would tell you, and I would guess, obviously I'm not an expert in the mobile phone industry, but I would guess is most people don't buy the mobile phone based on whatever technical details the phone has. Like, yes, there's some percentage of the population that cares about that stuff, but I'd say 98% of people are like, oh, is it cool? What does it do? Like, they don't care about all the technical deals. You got to understand, like in my world, it's the same thing. Like, I teach my team and stuff. It's like, we're not going to just throw all these technical things at the client because, one, they have no idea what you're talking about. Two, like, they don't really care. It's like, okay, what are you going to do for me? And you need to explain it to a degree, but like throwing technical stuff at them, like, there's a big difference between being really smart about something and selling something. Those are not the same thing.
Yeah.
And what we think is really important as the expert, the consumer doesn't think the same thing, and you need to
Hmm.
understand that.
And speak the
And
language. Yeah,
yeah,
the
you need to understand what the client cares about, not what you care about.
a
I mean,
great
and that's just a
speaker.
fact.
A great speaker, I remember in the green room, uh, told me something really powerful. I was doing and speaking, and that speaker told me, Harry, look, uh, people don't buy the drill, they buy the hole. And this is an excellent metaphor to understand how what is the difference between uh, your mindset and the consumer mindset, right? We all want to tell the client, look, we can help you to do this, and we had this software, we had this, and then you're talking about the drill, about the drill, about the drill. They don't care about the tool.
They
What they
don't
say,
care about
okay,
the features. Yeah,
am I gonna save on taxes? I'm gonna
yeah.
save
Are you
money.
going to solve a
Are
problem
you
for
gonna
me or
solve the
not? Yeah,
problem? The problem is,
yeah,
forget about, and this is what we have to be able to communicate effectively, right?
yeah.
How we drill a better hole than anybody else, right? Somebody else came to his podcast and shared the story, okay, that they were doing like there was a company that was doing, let's say, Home Depot, right? And they were doing parts within the Home Depots, okay? And then we're talking about them. I said, guys, but this is just a refurbishment company like anyone else. How you differentiate yourself? And they tell me, Harry, because we have better technology, we have better this, we have better that, we have better that. And then they told me, but you know what we realized? I say, what? I say, well, they realized that because they use all these, they use the most qualified people, they use all the technology and everything, they finish faster than anybody else. So if they were doing a Home Depot and they give them a section to them, and other company would do another section, okay, they usually finish early because they were more elaborated. And I said, guys, and they share with me, say, Harry, so we decided that our slogan is gonna be "We finish right than opening soon, opening sooner."
Yeah.
And just
And
by
that's
that,
something the client cares about.
they go client from Best Buy, they go client for
Yeah.
so many different places because that's why they want you to finish sooner. How you gonna do it? No, I finish. If you want, you can explain them later how you're gonna finish
Yeah.
sooner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
because we have the technology, we work with the best people, we have
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
best tools. If the client want to hear of that, they can sit and
No, I
hear
don't care.
how you
Yeah.
finish sooner. But you have to be able to differentiate yourself.
Yeah,
So,
you need to sell the results, not like
mhm,
the features of whatever you're doing, right? Like sell the results. You can explain the features, especially if they don't
they buy into
necessarily
the
trust
results.
you or understand yet, right? And then you can explain
Mhm.
the features of how that actually works. But most
Is
people
the
like they
one.
only care about the results, right?
Mhm,
And sell the results.
mhm. Yeah. So, wow, that has been fantastic conversation. Amazing and a great value for our audience. Yeah. I actually, entrepreneurs going from 0 to 1. If you can listen this broadcast twice, because if you actually can understand what we discussed today, it's going to make a huge difference for your business and for your life. Remember, we all want all the
Mm,
entrepreneurs to be healthy, wealthy, and happy. And if you
absolutely.
manage to communicate your your value effectively, you're not gonna increase your sales. You know what happens when you increase sales? Something amazing. You can hire people that they are better than you. This is what I
Yeah.
did. As soon as you increase the sales, something magical is gonna happen to you that you're not even expecting. That there are people that they can do the job better than you.
Hmm. And then
And
you just
easier
get
than
out of their
you.
way.
Yes, and you get out of the way, and it's amazing, the best feeling that can ever happen to your life.
Hmm.
And you just go to the business just to say hello,
It's like, hey guys,
and your team is telling you, go, what are you doing here? Go and travel the
get
world.
out of here. Yeah.
Let us work. It's amazing feeling. For that, you have to develop leadership and lead in your organization, increase your sales, and you can spend time with your family, people that you love, right? And your life could be completely different.
Different.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
those years of struggle, at the beginning, when you started, to get product market fit, the first 2 years, when when you make all those mistakes that you're really alone in your room thinking, man, this is really worth it. Nobody
Mhm.
trusts in me anyway. I'm trying to put this off, and it's been challenging, and you making mistakes, everybody around you telling you that this is not going to work, and you start to think, shall I give up?
Yeah.
And you think it so many times, you know what, that's it, let's give up, let me find a job. But you know what, next day you wake up and say, you know what, I'm gonna make this work. And if you have the more of that, eventually will work. Could be 2 years,
Yeah.
could be 5 years, point. Okay, but if you're persistent enough, it will
It
work.
will happen. Yeah,
It will
it will
happen.
happen.
Just
Yeah.
one thing, yeah, on that, because a lot of people say, "Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up." But how many times have you seen a fly go through a glass window, right?
Yeah.
So
Well,
they
yeah,
don't give.
you need to be attacking the right problem.
There you go. You need to change your approach. You need to, you
Yes.
see, if you're this fly trying to go to this glass window and you don't give up, you could be 30 years, your whole life. You can end up like the owner of
A
the
little dead
corner
fly in the
shop.
corner of the window.
Exactly. Yeah, because they don't give up us only, it doesn't work. You have
Yeah.
to don't give up, but change your approach, because if you're doing
Yeah,
the
and
same
that's
thing,
where
you're
it
going to
comes
have
back.
exactly the same
Yeah.
result, right?
Yeah, and that's where it comes back to being humble, getting around people that have done the things you're trying to
Mm-hmm.
do. Because if you're that
Can help
fly
you to
running into
change
the
the
window
approach.
yeah, you're at that fly running into the window over and over again. If you go to somebody else in your industry, they're going to be like, "Hey, why don't you just do this?" And then you'll be
Man,
like,
the door is
"Whoa,
just
wow,
there.
I should have done that."
Man, they're telling you 5 meters away is the door. Just
Yeah,
and
it's
the
like
key just
it's
there.
like yeah, the
Go and pick
door's
up
right
the
over
key.
here. Why don't you go over here? Yeah,
Is- and
yeah,
then and then you are like, man, how you know that? I've been for years trying to go through
yeah,
this glass window, and
yeah.
it doesn't work. And now you're telling me that
The door's
just
open.
go to the corner and pick the key, and the door is just 5 meters away.
Yeah.
How you find the door in the first
Yeah.
place?
Well, and see, and that's where you can't do this in isolation. I mean, you can try, but like it's
It's
going to cost you
hard.
so
It's
much.
hard.
Oh, it's going to
I
cost
don't
you
know
so
how to
much
get it.
time.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like
Takes
it's going to
longer.
cost you. It's so much harder to figure it out on your own. Like there's plenty of people, plenty of podcasts like this
Mhm.
and YouTube and people that are just teaching people for free of how to do all these things, right?
Mhm.
And so like it's silly to sit there and keep beating your head against the wall. You don't need to do
In
that.
our defense, it was not that many podcasts, that many things when we started, right?
Yeah.
Well, maybe, okay, maybe it was not that. It was definitely when I started 18 years ago, it was no podcast.
Yeah.
But I would say that it was way less resources and
Hmm.
way less people talking about that what is
Yeah.
today, right?
Yeah.
So
Now, I mean, now there's
today
a
now,
tons of amazing
mm,
voices out there, right?
yeah.
On business and I guarantee you, whatever industry you're in, there's some expert that speaks about your specific industry. Like there, and it's all free to almost no cost on the internet. So, like to me, there's no excuses. You can find it if you look for it.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.